chapter on terrorism. From that time, I started to be bothered about this question of terrorism. And up to now, this book has not been marketed nor published, because I guess we are still debating this question of terrorism, or would we contribute a chapter on that subject? My friends, in 1947, as a young man, I visited the country of Kenya for the first time. Kenya, 1947, beautiful country, but it was plagued by something called cholera. There you had on the top the Europeans, in the middle the Asians, and then the Africans were at the bottom. This situation gave rise to the birth of a nationalist movement, which was called Mau Mau movement, under the leadership of Jomo Kenyatta. And what was Kenyatta referred to those days? As a great terrorist. But so it happened to pass that on the 12th December 1963, I was a guest at Kenya's independence celebration. And there what did I see? President Mzee Jomo Kenyatta taking the floor, the lady of the British High Commission, in the opening of the Grand State Ball. So there, in a matter of few years, the man who had been deemed a great terrorist had become an hero, accepted and respected. On the 11th of September, I believe 2001, we had the problem which we all witnessed, many of us witnessed on television. I have often reflected on this sad day, and I've wondered how would the United States have reacted at that time if the President of the United States was the great Mahatma Gandhi. Would he have adopted an attitude of tit for tat, or would he not have proceeded to appoint a presidential commission of inquiry headed by the Chief Justice of the United States to determine as to the reasons, the rationale behind such demonstration of hatred, which was the case? This is a matter I leave for your reflections, my dear friends. As a member of the European Council for Peace Development, which has its headquarters in Belgrade, I recently visited Kosovo in our attempt to try and dry up the water where hate swims today between Serbia and Kosovo. And then as I visited Kosovo, what did I see? Tremendous amount of tanks, so many vehicles of mass destruction, so many nations represented in what they call peacekeeping. Yet, my friends, how little money are being spent in the process of peacemaking. Now, only 3 weeks ago I was in Berlin, where I belong to the board of advisors of the Institute of Cultural Diplomacy, which preaches the notion that we should seek peace to cultural diplomacy, in other words, by soft options. And there, one gentleman who came to speak to us was a Dutch former Minister of Foreign Affairs, who had also been Deputy Commander of NATO. And now that he is retired, he was willing to speak a little bit about a subject maybe he would not have spoken before. He said that the collective budget for world defense is 40 times more than what is spent on human resources development projects. Just imagine what the world could do with all this money which is spent on ammunition if this money was diverted in the fight against poverty, which in my view also remains a very important premise upon which terrorism survives. Yes, my friend, we speak about extremism. Poverty is an extremism. It is easy for us to jump sometimes the notion of terrorists. We will not win the war against terrorism until such time as we defeat the scourge of poverty. In my view, there must be a fundamental change of hearts. Again, in the stead of Mahatma Gandhi, let me recall what he said, that there is enough in this world for everybody's need, but not enough in this world for everybody's greed. So we do need a change of hearts. We have in the Indian Ocean today the terrible problem of piracy from Somalia. How can you expect Somalians to respect rule of law when they are starving, when they are living in the context of a failed state? If we have a United Nations which is to be respected, and I hope perhaps India can bring this about when it takes its seat as a member of the Security Council. But we do need to eradicate poverty, and there should be no failed state in the context of an international organization called the United Nations. Because so long as there are failed states, we are going to have terrorists. And so I do pray of the day when India, sir, with all the philosophy of Gandhi, will assume a role in the United Nations to bring about these much needed changes. Thank you.
We also welcome Sri Narayan Singh Amlabe, MP Lok Sabha, who is also with us today. Thank you for coming. We now begin the presentation of the National Law Day Awards, which is being presented to the following dignitaries. Firstly, Honorable Mr. Justice Dilip R. Deshmukh, Chairperson, Company Law Board. This award is being presented to His Lordship in recognition of his sterling contribution to the machinery of dispensation of justice. He is known for his unimpeachable integrity and his extraordinary ability as a judge, which has served as a source of constant inspiration for all. Thank you, sir. Mr. Vivek Tankha, the Additional Solicitor General of India, is also being presented with the National Law Day Awards 2010. This award is being presented to him for his erudition and exceptional advocacy skills, which have significantly contributed to the development of constitutional law of India. He has strived to safeguard the basic human rights of the underprivileged sections of the society. May I now request Mr. H.S. Hura, the Advocate General of Haryana, to come upon the dais. This award is being presented to him for his unflinching devotion to the practice of electoral laws. He has stood for free and fair elections and the grant of adult franchisee on the principles of equal opportunity. The National Law Day Award 2010 is also being presented to Mr. Ashok Harhanhalli, Advocate General of Karnataka. This is in recognition of his dedication towards the study and practice of administrative law and the concept of judicial review. His endeavors have helped in shaping the contours of judicial scrutiny of executive actions. May I now request Mr. R. Venkatramani, Member, Law Commission of India, to kindly come on the dais to receive his award. This award is being presented to Sri Venkatramani in recognition of his efforts for advancement of the science of jurisprudence. He has provided intellectual leadership that has enriched the mechanism of dispute resolution and has benefited the society at many levels. May I also request Mr. Praveen Anand, the Managing Partner, Anand & Anand Intellectual Property, to kindly come on the dais to receive his award. This award is being presented to Mr. Anand for his pioneering work that has significantly contributed to the protection of intellectual property rights in India. He has set a benchmark for professional excellence by providing quality legal services with creativity and innovation. May I now request Mr. Jafar Said, IPS Inspector General of Tamil Nadu Police, who is also being presented this award. However, since he has not come, may I request Shri V. Kamraja, IG, Rohtak Range, who shall receive the award on his behalf. This award is being given to Shri Said in recognition of his fearless measures to combat terror and organized crime. His exemplary efforts have earned national distinction for making a far-reaching impact on the landscape of crime. May I now request Shri Gagan Anand, Senior Partner, Legacy Law Offices, Corporate Laws, to kindly come on the dais to receive his award. This award is being presented to Mr. Anand for his remarkable achievements and leadership in the practice of corporate laws, including immense contribution for the development of public-private partnerships. His result-oriented approach towards various commercial law issues has benefited a number of MNCs and PSUs. I now request Shri O.P. Saxena, President, All India Lawyers Forum for Civil Liberties, Public Interest Litigation, to kindly come on the dais to receive his award. This award is presented to him for his unique contribution in the arena of public interest litigation. He is credited with successfully campaigning for basic rights and has been instrumental in filing more than 200 PILs before the Supreme Court of India and the Delhi High Court on various aspects of human rights and protection of civil liberties of downtrodden persons. May we now request for all the awardees to kindly pose for a group photograph. What are the awards now?